Hello and welcome back. You're on with Lonnie today. Today topic we are going to be talking about how to choose a childcare facility for your family. And if you are new to this channel, please hit the subscribe button and like. And also go back and look at the other videos. I have a beautiful, beautiful son that you would like to see. But again, today we are talking about how to choose a childcare facility. If this is your topic, please stay tuned.
Cover me up like a knife and I feel it deep in my bones.
I had written out a lot of things because this topic right here is like, okay, I just want to get straight to the nitty gritty without dragging anything out. So I broke this up into three steps. The first one, know what kind of service you want. The second step is to do your research, and the third step is to have a visual tour. So let's talk about the first one. What kind of service are you looking for? Are you looking for corporate, family owned, family operated, a home base? Basically, a family operated and a corporate is basically the same thing. The only thing is that the family base may be more cost efficient than corporate. Corporate, their walls, the floors, everything is up to par. A family daycare may not be up to par, but it still brings in the same quality as a corporate. So both of them may have cameras, depending on the facility. But I know corporate will have those more security measurements of fingerprinting or a code to get in, or maybe a double code to get in. Like first you get in to sign the child, and then you have another code to actually drop your child off to the facility, only for safety reasons. The second is a childcare that is based at home. So this is more of if you want a small setting and more attention with your child, versus the corporate and the family owned, they follow the regular procedures of the ratio. Basically, ratio is the how many children per teacher. In the state of Florida, for example, for a 1 year old, it can be six children to one teacher. But in a home facility that's based at somebody's house, it can be less than that. I think they can have up to like 6 kids and maybe a helper with them, depending on the state. But in Florida, I know they need a helper, and it's capped already. So it's more of one-on-one base. Like if you know your child need help with certain things like eating, and if you feel more comfortable of, okay, I see a home child care is most likely has the same cost as a family owned operated facility, but the only difference is at somebody else's house. Childcare that is at somebody's house may provide cameras, may not provide cameras. So that's something that you need to ask prior to bringing your child. It's kind of more flexible with a home-based childcare. I'm mostly seeing the home daycares and the family-owned operated that will allow cloth diapering system or partial cloth diapering system. And also with the home-based childcare, there's also other services. If you're looking for like an overnight service, like at night, like from 6 to 11 because of your working hours. So that's something to look into. The second step is to do your research. So this is something that the facility do not want you to know. So I'm going to just go ahead and read off because I don't want to leave nothing out. So the best way to start off is to Google. On the internet, just Google it. You'd be surprised of how many home facility that is around you and how many regular family operated facility that is near you. So the first step is to, what I would do is to look at the reviews. The reviews will tell you so much about a child care. Review stating that there's teachers that's always leaving. That means there's no stability at that child care. So I'm not too sure if that's what you would really want, but when you bring a child to a facility or somewhere else that is not your home and basically is going to be their second home, you're going to want the same primary care. The reason why that is so important because it shows stability, it shows the same routines, and basically in childcare, you want the same consistent routine. You want the routine to be very predictable for the child. You want the child to know who exactly is going to walk through the door, who's going to be already there, who's going to walk after him or her. So having the same teachers, that is very, very, very important. I cannot highlight or stress that enough. The second thing is to look for the license status. Are they up to par? Is it expired? And also the health department. Does the health department have them underneath investigation? Have the health department find them for anything? So that's another thing to look for when you look into child care facilities. Again, this is something that they do not want you to look up because that can hinder their money from coming through that door. And also another thing to look into, do they accept the government help? Basically, if you pay partial and the government pay partial, do they accept that? Because some facilities, they do not accept that, but I'm starting to see more and more facilities accept that. Depending on your child age, if you're looking for an older child, is that facility school readiness? Basically, is school readiness is getting your child ready for grade school. So is that facility going to give you homework, or is that facility actually practicing the phonics and everything that the child needs to learn before the child goes to grade school? And then if you don't have any time to do any of that, then I would suggest you skip to the third step. It's to take a visual guide to see the facility. So when you actually go into the facility to get a visual confirmation and to actually see for yourself exactly what's going on, that's the time that you need to ask for the mission statement. Basically, the mission statement is their beliefs. So if the mission statement match your beliefs of what you're looking for, like for instance timeout, because some facilities do allow timeout, and if they do allow timeout, the timeout is supposed to be according to the age. So if they're 1 year old, that's 1 minute. If they're 2, that's 2 minutes. So it shouldn't be over that. And if they do not allow timeout, what other procedures are allowed? For example, another procedure that is allowed is redirecting. Instead of scolding the child or embarrassing the child, if Tommy were to throw a book, instead of say, "Hey Tommy, stop," like, "Hey Tommy, I noticed that you're throwing a book. Let's do throwing the ball outside." So the teacher is actually redirecting that child from doing something that can harm himself or herself or the other children. And that, to me, in that environment, is more loving. Also, when you're looking for a facility, make sure that you see lesson plans up, the curriculum, ask about the curriculum, what's the goal objective about the curriculum, what's the whole purpose, visual class schedules. So once you see the visual class schedule, they have a routine down packed. And also open door policy. An open door policy is stating that you can come anytime and look at your child. So when you have an open door policy, please be mindful that once you drop off your child and your child is very new to that facility, you don't want that child to notice that you're there. I'm noticing that more of corporate setting is more like a glass door. Basically, all the walls is with windows or is very open. If you even peek your head, the child can notice you. Now the child have to start the routine all over again. You can always call and ask for your child, but it's best to know that you have an open door policy with the facility. The next step, the credentials of the staff. So that's the number one thing that you want to look for. What is the procedures into hiring? Also ask what's the ratio, and do they have another accreditation? So I'm gonna go back into the staff credentialing. So when you ask for the staff credential, Are they certified to be in that classroom? When I say certified, not just okay, they have a background check. No, are they actually in school? And also ask for any accommodations that you may have with your child, like if they have some certain allergies, are they severely allergic to peanuts? What can they do? So ask questions that's pertaining to your child that can benefit you and your family versus okay, you listening to them. At the end of the day, that is your child. Another thing to look for when you are on a tour, are the staff happy? When the staff look happy, that shows you that you know that the director or owner is treating the staff with respect and not putting a lot of load work on the staff. And if you notice that the director or somebody who's giving you the tour is trying to be lively or trying to be friendly, but the staff is not, then that shows some type of concern. So definitely keep your eyes on that. And also look into, this is something small, but this is something that will help you know if your child is learning. Look on the wall, and if you see children artwork, you know that they are actively learning through play. The next bulletin for this, if you notice that there's a parent bulletin board, that is a thumbs up and it's up to date. So we are looking for that in a classroom or in an office space, that everything's up to par. So another bulletin that I want to discuss briefly is discount. I know a couple of ways that I have earned discount in a childcare is to volunteer for a certain amount of hours, depending on what the director or owner says, or donating certain materials or items that they're looking for, whether it be for outside or whether it be for the indoor classroom. But I always ask, can you receive a discount if you volunteer or donate such items, and see if that's an option for you.